And sorry, this is Monica Rico. Sorry. And we do the little discussions on Tuesdays. And if you're ever hanging around, we'd love to talk to you about first just what you thought of the film. How many here again are seeing this film for the first time tonight? Okay. Cool. You know, we had some agenda. We were talking a bit about. Well, Nicole, you had brought up.
Oh yeah, my question was this is right like a travel film, right? Just to short my question, white folks go to exotic places to find themselves, right?
Sure.
Like this is like a theme, like a trope. So my question was, so to what extent does Japan actually help them kind of find themselves, or do they help each other find themselves in some way? Or as the title kind of, right, that title's always kind of lingering, are they still kind of lost in translation themselves, like still trying to sort that out? And just wondering what you think, what the film offers us by the end.
And along with that too, Monica, you had brought up the question, your thoughts about the film being, about Japan itself being a kind of character in the film as well, and whether and this is your first time watching, so as you were thinking about whether that was the case as well, you know. So we're thinking about that, and also about the Bill Murray persona as well, you know, what he means to us as a comic persona, and how much the film kind of trades on that, how much it relies on what we think about Bill Murray, you know. So we're curious about your thoughts about any of those things, but also just about anything about what you enjoyed about the film, or, you know, what you're still kind of left wondering about at the end of the film. So what do you think? I know.
I was going to interject.
Sure.
I was really, I had kind of suspected that the answer to my question would be yes, that the Japan was like its own character, and I really felt like it was, in terms of like how there was just so much of cutting back and forth between his life and then her life and then Japan, and so it'd be like his life, her life, Japan, his life, her life, Japan, and so like Japan was sometimes acting as like this third wheel, or this, and sometimes it was the matchmaker, because like the Japan and Japanese city life is what brought them together. So it was fun to see like the roles shift sometimes based on the story, but I really felt like my expectations were exceeded, that it was like a very strong character in the piece. So I was really happy with that.
Yeah, and I know from reading about the film that this is in Japan in the first place because Sofia Coppola had spent time there doing her own sort of, you know, fashion photography work before this. She knew people who hang out with the Charlotte and Bob are people that Sofia Coppola knew before, and so, you know, to her, I'm sure there was a real intimacy to those connections, you know, and it felt like that to me. It felt, you know, I think, you know, it felt like, and we were getting this sort of inside look at Charlotte and Bob, you know, but also Bill Murray to me too. It felt like I was sort of like, it makes you feel like, all right, I know him now better now somehow, you know, even though it's obviously it's a film role, you know, but it felt like, oh, this is Bill Murray when he has to put up with the stuff he doesn't want to do, you know, and this is Bill Murray on, and this is, you know, him having, oh, this is a genuine moment that he's experiencing with someone, and yeah.
I just had a question. I don't know a lot about the history of the movie, but did Bill Murray have a part in the writing process?
Not really, no. I mean, not the writing per se, you know, but Bill Murray's a gifted improviser, you know, so there'd be moments where in the script, it'd be like, Bill Murray or Bob tries to make her laugh, you know, and you're like, Bill Murray do something, you know, and so there'd be moments that were very much just him doing his thing. Not the overall script itself, but just, you know, Bill Murray doing Bill Murray shtick, you know, as far as that goes. Yeah.
The scene at the sushi place where her toe, he's supposed to make her laugh, that was like one moment of improvising. And at the end with the kiss, he wasn't supposed to kiss her, and he just kind of, he did that, laid that on her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, for me, I like the film. I feel like they're still figuring out who they are. I kind of like that. And I thought it was really reassuring at like 20-something to 50-something, they're still figuring out. There's just kind of a big, like, you know,
there's time.
Yeah. I think I like the storyline about, it seems like that's kind of like a consistent kind of thing in your life. You're just going to continue to figure out who you are, and that's kind of like almost like a kind of never-ending kind of story in some way, and how you find people to kind of help you cope with that. I really thought that these are two very lonely people. I don't know if you felt that way, but a lot of the shots felt that way. Like, they always seem to be like on one side of the frame, so you'd see so much of Japan, and it just really heightened how lonely they were to me. I felt a real sense of like loneliness whenever, especially those first shots of them, and even together when the first time they're kind of together, they're very far apart, like at the bar. So to me, it was like two lonely people who happened to kind of be able to say, I'm messed up and lonely. And they were kind of like life rafts for each other. I don't know. And that way it was sad, but it was also sweet. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. What you all thought of Charlotte and Bob. Yeah.
Yes, please.
This is probably my third time seeing this film,
Yeah.
and tonight was probably the first time I interpreted the ending completely differently than
Okay.
the first two times. The first two times it was very ambiguous to me what was actually happening with them at the end. I feel like all throughout this film, even though they're having a great time together or whatever, I mean, they found some kind of soulmate, let's say. There's some kind of tension there as well. Like, is this relationship going to go to another level? And there's been a few instances in the film where you think it might. And then at the end, which I think they're both trying to figure out, what they mean to each other, let's say. And the first two times I've seen it, this might even be the fourth time, I can't remember, but the point is, it was very ambiguous, and I just thought, okay, they're not going to see each other again. But tonight, it seemed to me that when he whispers in her ear, he's telling her something like,